Hey everybody! So I thought I'd do something a little bit different. I've been playing the demo for Strangers in Paradise Final Fantasy Origin. I've been enjoying it, however I have some critiques. So I thought I would do a little highlight video of this next gameplay. I've got about an hour before I have to go to work. And then at the end of it, maybe give my thoughts on some of the mechanics that I wish they would have done different, and what I possibly like about it. I've been playing it for 2 hours and 50 minutes. Although I left it on when I went and took a shower, so, you know, subtract some time. But I still have been enjoying it for the most part. Let's just jump into it. I'm going to go right into this mission here. I've beat the first 2 missions. This is a long demo, longer than I thought it was going to be. So let's see what goes on. Ah yes, good old Dimensions 2. On the far side of it anyway. Rumor speaks of the words. Yeah, they don't give you enough time. With the load screens now, how fast they are. Why even give me this, Lord? You want me to sit here and read it?
And we're here. Best gird your loins.
How do we get back?
Just focus on getting to Ostos with your head on your shoulders. You poor sods.
Okay, so I changed my controller from the default to a little bit different. I haven't fully customized it. I might do that later. But to run, you push down on L3. To dodge is X. That's important to me. You push it twice, you roll. But if you notice his dash, he comes to his stop. If you just do a 1 dash, which kind of messes up the fluidity of it. But I think I've been kind of getting used to it. Just double tap X for a longer dash. Okay, instead of a light heavy attack, you have a basic attack, which I've reassigned to square, and then you have what consumes your MP down there at the bottom left, a special. As you level up your class, you can change your specials, so the default is to spinning slash, and then you'll see it change. If I press square, it goes to onslaught, square twice, it's piercing thrust, and then 3 times raging slash, and it takes MP to hit that triangle. And you can build up MP slowly by like resting here, or doing basic attacks, or doing a counter with this. And we'll get into that. This acts as your safe place and slash bonfire, a la Nioh or Dark Souls. Because this was made or developed by Team Ninja, which I enjoy Nioh, so it plays very similar to Nioh if you have played those.
People? Don't let their looks fool you. They're pure darkness.
So as you see, the enemies right there have 2 bars. You have your health, which is on top, and then you have your break gauge, which is the bottom yellow. If that goes down before the health, you can press circle, and he'll break them into like a crystal, whatever. And that will also restore a bar of MP.
We gotta keep our heads cool. Now then.
Ready to try again?
Let me see if I can get this guy to... So you see how I countered that and it restored some MP? You don't have to hit it exactly at the time, you can kind of just hold it there. But while if you're holding that down, your break gauge will go down, and if they hit you while that is down, you'll obviously be open to more damage. You also have a basic block that if it hits, it brings down your break gauge. Right there. So that right there is a unblockable attack. Cool. We'll get into what I don't like about that later. So you don't have levels, you have job levels, and you have equipment levels. Which is fine.
Where there's a lock, there's a key.
Well, thank you for pointing out the obvious, Ash. Oh yeah, you can hold down square to do a stronger attack. Which is a bit different than some action games where you would have a fast attack and then a heavy attack
I bet this place is filled
and then a
with secret
special attack
rooms
button, but it
and
doesn't have
hidden
that.
treasure.
I wonder what riches the king of the dark hells is hoarding. Sneaky. Just keep your eyes peeled, Jack. It's around here somewhere. Don't scream. Taps me on the shoulder.
So what you saw right there is you can have two classes equipped at once,
For a change.
and you could switch them on the fly with whatever button you choose. I chose R2.
All right.
So I have a two-handed fighter and a mage build to do damage against mage wielders, like what you just saw.
See what's inside, Jack.
I like getting up close and personal, so I'm not much of a magic user. So I guess I can show you this really quick. So if they use an attack like fire, well, not that attack, but no. Allies in the way now. Okay, so you see how I caught that with the circle button? Now I have fire down there, prone to R1, and I can use it against them. And I have 3 of them, 2 of them now. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. You hold the button, you charge it up, you get it all the way, you can use the third form of attack. And I'm going to switch back to my melee. Oh, this is Kristen.
Let's knock him down.
Oh, okay, Coral. See, you can capture it. And you use it against him. Oh,
Try not to get hit. This one's got some teeth.
We've had worse than this. Have a look at this.
Nice.
not too bad. I did better against him that time than I did the first time I fought one of those. I'm drawing a blank on their name right now. Iconic Final Fantasy monster, and I can't even think of the name. Bunch of empty hallways. You can have your opinion on that.
I think we could use that.
Should we check it out?
And do you hear that
I
tune?
can't do this for much longer.
It's your choice, Jack.
Do you hear that tune? That doo 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 doo. Get used to it. Alright, leveling up. You level up your jobs, you get job points, you spend them in here. As you can see, I almost have this one completely maxed out. And now, once the next job points I use, I can unlock new jobs.
Don't want to be on the receiving end of that.
Oh, that ballista up there, oof, which is cool. Okay, apparently I can't break. Ooh, alright. I was like, I can't break it, but he can. That worked out nicely.
It's a lot bigger up close.
You have these moments where you'll walk in and it will say that hit that to look around. And that's actually the first time I've done that where I didn't have to push the button again to have the camera come back into my control. Sometimes it'll just let you walk around with that camera angle and it's awkward as all hell. Oh! I thought I was out of range for it. Where's it at? Oh, there it is. Okay. So, right here, I'm safe.
This is
yeah.
almost out of potions.
We'll have to take it slow.
Okay.
This is that tower we saw. Time to explore. I barely even
Well,
got
that was like the
going.
easiest cactar I've ever taken down.
Next.
From what I can tell, there is a cactar and toneberry in every level. Damn. Tried to dodge. Bad reflexes. Oh my god, there's so many. Alright, so while they're here, do this, which is a quick, nice little boost. Breaks, you start breaking the enemies pretty quickly, even with your normal attack. It's nice to use whenever you're surrounded by enemies. Wow. All right.
We're a few steps behind.
All right. Nice little fight. All right. Good.
There's no one here.
Did Bikke lie to us?
Hi. All right. Now you get to see me die over and over again.
Watch it. This thing is fast, and it hits hard.
How do you know? Have you been hit by it already?
Watch yourself.
Okay. Don't stand behind it. Got it.
All right.
Like a map.
Gotta sink your feet.
Just keep hitting them. Here it comes.
Just stand there and let it hit.
Whew. Oh, I was about to say that. If you manage to counter with that, and then you press attack immediately afterwards, you will do an counter attack. I feel like I dodged that one.
Stay sharp, guys.
Okay. So I just saw he has 2 health bars up there. You bring down 1. It brings him into the second form, and they get a little bit harder.
You okay on potions?
No room for mistakes.
Alright. That brought my break bar down pretty fucking far. Okay. Followed by an area attack. Let's try some magic on him.
King of the Dark Elves?
First, we gotta crack it open.
Let's start with that helmet.
Just currently trying to see what if he's weak against anything. Ooh-wee. Alright. Trying to let my allies aggro him while I... You fucker.
Okay.
Is he weak against any element? Doesn't seem like it. Oh, shit.
Is that all you got?
Okay.
Be careful.
Way to hit them all at once.
Oh, I thought I had some light blinger, but apparently not. Oh!
Jack, watch yourself.
Ooh, that was close. Whew. Alright. I have no more potions, so I'm playing it safe.
Hang around.
That's the last of them.
We'll have to take it slow.
There's gotta be a way to hit them all at once.
Right there. That's how you hit them all at once.
We'll have to take it slow.
Ah! Woo! First try. Okay. Alright. There you go, guys. Took me 28 minutes to go through that level. Not bad. And I probably didn't do everything, but...
He's good.
Better than good. Only Jack can fight like that.
Glad to see he's back. Took long enough.
What?
I use slow clapping, ironically.
Bravo, Jack. And a round of applause for Jed Ash. And Neon, of course.
You know who we are?
I'm a dark elf, you see. And we dark elves...
Just tell us about the crystals.
That's all he is.
That's all I want to know.
Good, good. Those who are to forge the future mustn't be concerned with trivialities.
Then cut to the chase.
My castle is here. Make your way through this forest until you reach a tower. At its zenith, you will find the Wind Crystal. The journey will be perilous, but I suspect that doesn't come as a surprise. Any questions?
Just one. Is it true you made a deal with Chaos?
No, but you will. Chaos, darkness given form, given purpose. By its hand were the crystals extinguished, and only by its hand can they be restored. Of course, a deal with a monster commands a high price. Your very lives may be required as tender. Is that funny?
I just forgot what it's like to hear some good news for once.
Safe travels, Jack.
Okay, so that's the end of the demo. Wow, alright. So let's talk about it. I'm going to cover this with first, I am not a game critic. I just play a lot of video games. I liked Team Ninja, Nioh games, Ninja Gaiden, all those. And I also am a Final Fantasy fan, so I was looking forward to this. As you saw, I did enjoy it. The boss fight battles can be pretty fun once you get the handle for the mechanics. It's finally started to click to me when I fought the first boss, Garland. Something I don't like is some of the controller setup. There are two types of blocks, as you saw. You have your basic block, and you have your glowy red orb counter block that can restore MP, or absorb magic attacks, and you can use them then. I kind of wish that was just the same thing. Like, maybe the red stuff appears when you first block for maybe a second or two, and then it's just a regular block after that. That way I don't have to do two different kinds of blocks. I don't like that when you dash, Jack comes to like almost a complete stop after you dash. And if you hit it twice, there's a longer roll, but he still comes to a complete stop. And that's tied to the X button instead of circle, which feels unnatural to me because circle is that thing. And then you also grab enemies with circle when they're knocked down and turn them to crystals. The default attack was R1, and then R2 was the special ability, but that felt unnatural with this kind of game. Since typically with, like, say Dark Souls, you have your left arm and your right arm, and then your right arm and your left arm, and that's what that's for. Since you only have one basic attack, I prefer the square being that, and then triangle being the heavy attack, or in this case, the special. But again, these are all personal preferences. There were some hitboxes issues, I feel like. I would be dodged an attack. You saw it in the boss fight where he landed a pretty good distance away from me, but I guess he has some splash damage and he still knocked me down. Again, not breakable, I just notice it. Music, that tune, you'll hear it a lot. I heard a lot in the first dungeon, and I noticed it, and I was like, man, are they going to play anything else? Apparently not. This is the third dungeon, and you're still hearing it, but we'll see. Character-wise, they all seem pretty one-dimensional. You don't get much character from them right now. Again, it's only 3 missions, so maybe that will change. Jack seems very one-dimensional. He wants to go after the crystals and kill Chaos. It's all he's said so far 3 hours into the game. But, you know, compared to Final Fantasy 1, they actually have some characteristics. The class system seems pretty cool. Basic Final Fantasy stuff. You have to level up certain classes to unlock the next class, or jobs, whatever you want to call them. With the controls that they had, you saw that in order to pick up items or use ladders or stuff, you have to push the touchpad. You have to hold it down. That feels weird at first. I got used to it, but again, if L1, your block, did both blocks at the same one, that would free up circle to be dodged, and then that would have X to be select stuff. And then X could also be to grab enemies when you break their guard, if they had both blocks assigned to one button, and they just had a time limit on the red absorption stuff, because that would be like that'd be a perfect block, right? That's what other games have done. Perfect block. You do it right before the attack hits, and you get some bonus out of it. You have to do that with this separate button, and block is just block, and you don't get any bonus from it. And it feels unnatural because I've played other games in the past like this that do it that way. But maybe if you get used to it, you will. But again, if it was both tied to this, that would free up circle to be dodge instead of X, and X could be select and then grab enemies when they break their guard. Hallways were pretty barren, pretty copy and paste in some dungeons, which is fine. It doesn't take you long to go through it, so that's at least you're not, again, 3 missions in, first impressions, at least you're not in the missions for long. It took me 20 some minutes to get through that. I'm enjoying it. I'm not going to buy it day of. I've got too many games to play right now. The only way I'll buy it day of is if you guys watch this video and you go, we want to see more of you playing this game. I'll buy it and I'll play it and might live stream it and record it. If that's something you want me to do, leave comments down below. I realized there were some other things I didn't fully talk about. Strangers of Paradise over there. Unblockable attacks. They glow red to give you the indication. However, sometimes there's so many colors flying around, it's kind of hard to see that. Again, that's just a minor gripe, but it is something that I noticed. I was like, I would have hit dodge if I had seen them doing that. But again, it also pops up with the kind of attack they're doing, so I think they're trying to help out with that. I just wish it was more of a color that popped instead of just red and black in this already kind of drab looking color scheme. I wanted to talk about what I enjoyed about it. I thought the combat was fun once I finally got the mechanics of it. And I kind of like that it's just straight to the point. They're just like the shortcut scenes. They're just like, we're going up the crystals. Okay, let's go do this. Let's go kill Chaos. And then you're just into the game. You're just playing it. And that I kind of enjoyed that instead of, used to what you're with Final Fantasy, which I enjoy. But the long, strung out cutscenes. Like I said, only 3 missions in. You don't have a lot of cutscenes, which is fine. It's quick and to the point. It throws you right back into the missions, which, when you want to sit down and actually play a game, that's nice. So I did enjoy that aspect of it. I enjoyed the combat of it. I only played those 2 classes. I might pick it up and do some more. I tried to do the other classes, the Berserkers and stuff, but I have to unlock Ronin, and that's some grinding, and I didn't want to do that on the demo. I realized I critiqued it a lot and talked about what I didn't like, but I didn't talk about what I did like. And overall, I had fun with the combat on it, and which is the important part of this game, it seems like, which is totally fine. As far as the story, there's 4 warriors of light. They're trying to stop Chaos. That's the story. It's bare bones, which sometimes can be appreciated. I also enjoyed the art style. While the characters are pretty basic looking, the world itself seems pretty cool, although barren. Like I said, the hallways seem pretty copy and paste, which is, time saving and asset saving, I guess, so they can focus more on combat. But this was Team Ninja who developed it, and if you look at the Nioh maps, there's some pretty intricate detail in those. You didn't really see it in the mission we played, but there are shortcuts. You'll play through some of the map, unlock a ladder, and then boom, you're back at the beginning of the map. So there's similar stuff like that. If you've played a Nioh game, if you've played a Dark Souls game or a Souls-inspired game, you'll kind of feel comfortable getting into that. It honestly felt like a good well, not a good combination, but a combination of Nioh and Code Vein. But Code Vein was more anime style, so that's why I probably feel like that. But it's the big giant sword, I think, is what it is. If you haven't played Code Vein, sorry. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see any more first impressions / reviews, let me know. I might try going a little bit more in depth in some games, but again, I am not a professional critic or game maker or developer. I don't know the ins and outs of everything. I've just played a lot of video games. Anyways, I said overall I enjoyed it. First impressions, I don't know, if you want a number, I give it like a 7 out of 10. It's 7.5. It's slightly above average for me anyways. As far as a Final Fantasy game, I don't know yet. We'll see. I am curious on where this will go. The boss fights seem to be the best parts, as is with these kinds of games usually, because all 3 boss fights I very much enjoyed. It was fun to learn their mechanics in the heat of battle. The first boss, I got killed a lot. Garland is the first boss. He whooped my ass, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. The second and third boss, as you just saw, that was my first attempt, and I beat them on my first try, although that one right there, the rider, that was close. I had no more potions. One more hit, I probably would have been dead. So you play it safe. You have 2 companions with you all the time. You might be able to take them out. I didn't mess around with that. It'd be interesting to see more, but again, this is first impressions. This is just a demo. Game comes out March 15th if you guys are at all interested. Alright, see you guys later. Bye.